just united front was determined this morning that we had a meeting for. And, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just, we had a very...
that really needed to be mentioned.
That was ridiculous. That was childish, and Sabrina had to let it be known. I don't really think that was necessary. She trying to laugh it off, but Sabrina's not feeling you saying that.
Now, Sabrina Ionescu quickly, swiftly, and in a hurry, kind of tried to stop Kelsey Plum from taking these little shots, but she didn't care.
Kelsey dumb strikes.
The most poisonous moment in WNBA history was been revealed by Sabrina Ionescu's eye roll. The post-game press for the 2025 All-Star Game, when Plum strangely singled out Team Caitlin Clark for not showing up for the Saturday morning meeting, when the players were organizing their shirt demonstration, claiming that none of the team members were present. The conference descended into a complete disaster. And the instant response from Sabrina, who was seated just behind her, was pure television gold. She rolled her eyes and made a bemused face before sarcastically responding that it was definitely worth mentioning, which caused the room to laugh awkwardly.
Sabrina Ionescu did not like this shit, by the way.
And you can just see, even with the way Sabrina Ionescu's reacting, she's like, what did you just say?
And right in front of Sabrina Ionescu, right there, right next to her, you have no shame. This woman is just trashy, dog. Like, Kelsey Plum is trashy, bro. There's a reason why Darren Waller left her. Smart man, by the way, because his salary was pretty nice when he signed with the Giants.
You could cut through the tension with a knife. And given that Clark was at home tending to a wound and was unable to defend herself against this unwarranted attack, ICU's face expression conveyed exactly how needless and wrong Plum's remark was. However, the subsequent events demonstrate that Caitlin Clark is functioning at a totally different level than her trivial rivals, as she chose to wait for the ideal opportunity to respond with the most brutality imaginable rather than participating in public drama. Additionally, be sure to click the subscribe button and drop team if you would want to see more coverage of this developing WNBA crisis.
Y'all need media training, bro. Like, I hate to see y'all really need media training. This was so unnecessary. And then you gonna take shots after that trash game y'all displayed?
Players wore Pay Us What You Owe Us t-shirts before the All-Star Game tip-off to show solidarity for better pay and working conditions. And every athlete who traveled to Indianapolis for the WNBA All-Star Game put on a united front in the face of the union's ongoing collective bargaining agreement negotiations with the league. The goal of the concerted effort was to demonstrate that all WNBA players were supporting one another despite their personal rivalries and team allegiance. And at first, the message appeared to be strong that AS fans and media focused on the players, coming together for a common cause, rather than the usual controversies that plagued the league. Plum explained that it was a very powerful moment. As players, we didn't know that was going to happen. It was a genuine surprise that was determined that morning during a meeting they had specifically for this purpose. But then, she completely destroyed the unity narrative by calling out Team Clark members for not being present at the
shirts read, "Pay us what you owe us." And of course, everybody clowned that.
You said you wanted to look united, right? You wanted to make it look like y'all all were on one accord. You wanted to make it look like the advocacy was there between you all. And you come out and say 0 members of Team Caitlin Clark was there. How do you think that make y'all look now?
She joined you guys to stand as a one united front, and then you go and take shots at her when she's responsible for more than 55% of the business? Are you crazy? Have you lost your damn mind?
Do you mind? The irony is astounding since players are requesting higher compensation while also focusing drama on the individual who is solely in charge of generating the income that would initially enable such pay raises. The highlight of the entire press conference was Sabrina Ionescu's response, which genuinely prevented the issue from becoming much more awful. Her prompt reply demonstrated that at least one player recognized how absurd Plum's remark sounded. Plum's covert remark at Caitlin Clark and her all-star teammates made the New York Liberty star look noticeably uneasy. You could also witness the precise moment she recognized that her teammate had just committed a grave error by throwing shade at players who weren't even there to defend themselves.
So your league doesn't make a profit. And the only hopes of it making a profit is that lady right there on my screen.
Y'all only got close to the green for the first time ever because of Caitlin Clark's there.
You tried to get them more money last year behind the scenes. They still didn't like you. You came out and spoke out for black women and black women athletes, especially black women basketball players. They still don't like it. Don't matter what you do. The peers of the WNBA do not mess with you. It just is.
She didn't have to wear the shirt or anything, but she did it out of solidarity and good faith to help support the WNBA and the other players. What do? You discredit her and discredit everybody on her team.
Ionescu had been selected to team Clark before Clark's injury withdrawal, so she clearly felt some loyalty to the absent superstar, which made Plum's comment even more inappropriate since it was essentially criticizing her own teammates' decision-making. The fact that Ionescu called out Plum's comment in real time with such perfect sarcasm shows she has more maturity and professionalism than the veteran player sitting right next to her, and her eye roll became an instant meme that perfectly captured how everyone felt about this unnecessary drama. But Caitlin Clark's response to this whole situation proves why she's operating on a completely different level than the players trying to tear her down, because instead of getting into a public feud, she waited for the perfect opportunity to deliver the most savage comeback possible. Clark replied to a Kelsey Plum Instagram post with this message: "Thank you for the Nike ad." Plum is an Under Armour athlete, while Clark is sponsored by Nike, which turned Plum's own social media post into free advertising for her rival's brand. The 6-word response was absolutely brilliant because it was subtle enough to fly under the radar of casual observers, but devastating enough that anyone who understood the context immediately recognized the level of disrespect Clark just delivered. This is exactly the kind of strategic thinking that separates superstars from role players, because Clark managed to get that separates superstars from role players because Clark managed to get the last word without stooping to the petty level of public drama that Plum initiated at the press conference.
Are insufferable. They don't deserve more money. They don't get any ratings outside of Caitlin Clark. They openly disrespect her. They don't deserve Caitlin Clark. They don't deserve attention. They don't deserve a league.